Best practices when adopting a success mindset. Congratulations, you've reached the end of this training. Please note that as empowering as the information shared in this training may seem to you, it's not going to change your life or lead you to success if you don't take action. You can't just treat it like mental candy. That's not going to work. You have to carry it out. You have to implement them. You have to tweak them. You have to customize them to your set of circumstances. In other words, you have to take action. Once you've carried these out, here are some best practices that will help boost your results. Mindsets are like muscles. When you adopt these mindsets, please understand that you have to test them. You have to use them and challenge them. In other words, they're like muscles. Remember the first time you went to the gym and tried on some weights at the bench press? It probably was not a pretty sight. It probably wasn't that positive of an experience. But the more you did it, the more you got used to it. You're able to lift heavier and heavier weights. What you're doing is you're challenging your muscles. Plus, you're also getting them used to repetitive patterns. The same applies to mindsets. It's not enough for you to use these mindsets once or even twice. You have to use them over and over. They have to become part of you. Also, you have to grow them by challenging them. Use them in different situations. Scale up the challenge. Whatever the case, you have to apply pressure on them for them to get stronger and for them to produce better results. There is no better time than now to start. Don't trick yourself into thinking that there is always tomorrow. You have to start now. You don't have to do much, but you have to take action now. Stop waiting for tomorrow. Stop waiting for things to be just right for things to feel right. You're just giving yourself excuses when you do that. Instead, you have to commit. Every setback is an opportunity to learn. Make no mistake, you're going to run into problems adopting the success mindsets I've described in this training. For whatever reason, there will be an obstacle or two. Instead of crumpling like a paper bag the next time you are challenged or experience a setback, look at them as opportunities. Don't get all emotionally worked up. Instead, focus on the sense that you've seen this before. Focus on the sense that this is not all that unexpected. Because when you're in that emotional state or frame of mind, you're more likely to look at the setback as an opportunity to learn. What could you have done differently? What could your attitude have been? How can you anticipate this issue and prevent it from happening again? Regardless, be ready to learn. One of the best attitudes you can assume when trying to adopt these mindsets is to assume the attitude of a student. When you're a student, mistakes are not the end of the world. They're definitely not a source of humiliation or embarrassment. Instead, you often chuckle or laugh, and then you figure it out, then you try again and again, and things get smoother. If you have a system, you will not fail. Finally, you should get a system going. I've already discussed one possible way to deal with setbacks, which is to identify, optimize, dominate, and scale. Come up with your own variation. Come up with something that better fits your particular set of circumstances. Whatever the case may be, come up with a system that is truly yours. Please note that the information that I shared with you here are just starting points. That's all they are. They just lay out a basic foundation. But it's up to you to tweak, adapt, and configure them so they produce the best results in your life. That is your responsibility. That's how you take control over this whole process.